Happy birthday, Aries. Welcome to your reading for May 2019. It's hard to say May. May. Today is a strange day, a very strange energy day, a kind of heaviness and like an underlying sadness, yet it doesn't feel like my own. I don't know if that makes sense. It feels like it's this feeling of sadness for others. You know how you care for someone and then they're going through something. It's that type of energy I'm carrying. So I'm sure it's some of you, of course, I know that. But I also feel that it's something planetary, because I feel like this is about, I feel like many people are feeling like this today. You guys will let me know. Okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and we're going to start the reading. We're going to start with the Tibetan singing bowl, our symbol that we are ready and prepared to, let your intuition lead you through this, trusting our guides and releasing the outcome, because it's about the journey. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. Many have planets in Aries, and that's what brings you here. And some are intuitively guided to this reading. So welcome, everyone. So let's begin. Well, that went on for a little while. Almost like it's going to take us pretty far back. Alright, we're going to use the Good Tarot. I bought these back in around Christmas time. Opened them and didn't love them. Didn't spend a lot of time with them. I just wanted that initial feeling, because I was introducing some new cards then. And when I did my twin flame reading a couple weeks ago, or a week ago, I felt guided to pull out a different deck, because I have quite a few decks I haven't even used yet. I buy them for whatever reason. I was pulled to them, but I wait until I'm really pulled to them, to actually bring them to the table. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't know. So this is called the Good Tarot, and I love the energy. I think I used them in a twin flame, and then I did reading, channeling not too long ago, a couple days ago, channeling spirit. The meanings are a little different in the book. I don't really go by the meaning of a card anyway. It's just the emotion that it stirs within me. Just so you know that. I mean, I do and I don't. I definitely let the cards and the direction of the cards give us the direction. That's where I'm getting the direction. But filling in those blanks is, not really coming from the cards. So it's a little bit of both. Okay, one more shuffle. I also want to thank everyone for subscribing to my channel. and for your beautiful donations and your beautiful comments, and sharing the video with those that, you know, you can hear a reading and then think of someone and be like, you know, that kind of sounds like my sister. And I feel like at that point, then, you know, you should give it to your sister, because you could, you know, Spirit could be using you as a conduit to your sister, to any of us, right? That's what I am. Okay. You can tell by the way I'm talking, I'm noticing it like being very serious. And I'm going to try to lighten up the energy a little bit here. It's also like dark in my room. And I can't seem to get enough light on it. And all my candles are burned out. Like, except for one. And I put, you know, like I know that they should all be working and quitting around the same time. That's the kind of energy I have today. Okay. Tell me why. What's going on, Aries? What's going on? This energy is fluid. So don't necessarily keep a time frame in your head. You know, be open. That's the thing. Okay, so we open with the Eight of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Air. I definitely feel like someone's waiting for word, waiting to hear word of something that allows you to move forward in some type of endeavor, in a project, something that allows you to move forward. And I feel like that word is coming in. Excuse me 1 second. We have the Three of Wands, Three of Fire. We have Major Arcana, Love. This is the Lovers. Card of Gemini. Can also be Virgo. We have the Hangman. And we have the King of Pentacles, the King of Earth. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. You know, I feel this King of Pentacles down here, number one, is someone, all right, wait a second. Let me try to hone in a little bit more on this. And just like the cards, what it's doing is taking me two different directions. So I got to focus on one. though I feel like this King of Pentacles is involved in all areas here. So anyways, I have, I definitely have some news coming in. Something coming in that's going to get you moving, get you back on track, or get you starting, giving you the ability to begin something. Something of, usually something creative, something of your own making, like of your own hands. Whether that doesn't mean you have to physically be using your hands, but it's just reminding me like of like your idea and in building, right? And it's, nobody could say it's not yours, okay? And I'm saying it like that because I feel like there's for different people, it is different things. So I do feel like something's coming in, and and the Hangman is really showing me that there's been, it's that feeling of, and I don't know why August is coming to my mind, August, that there's been this feeling of stagnation. August for some of you, I know it's August, and when I talk about August, I feel like love is a big part of that. So those who have felt like their love has been stagnant, I feel like August is big for you. Or a confirmation, let me put it that way. What I love here is the main energy, or what's really being shown to me, is the Three of Wands. And that is not only wanting to, it's a different way of thinking. It's a lighter way of thinking, because I feel like I'm coming from more of a being held to the ground type of energy, and it's starting to lighten up, even if today doesn't feel like the day. So maybe that's yet to come. But it also comes through these decisions, through what's coming in, that, I don't know, it's like taking the chain off and saying, okay, it's time, go forward. Okay, we are, in the month of July, also, June, July, well, June, July, August. So something within this reading is talking about something that has happened or stopped happening last summer. I'm going to give this one, I was going to bring clarifiers out, but I think I'm going to stick with these cards for a second. 8, 9, 10, 11. 18. It's a 9. 11 and a 9. What the heck is 11 and 9? 20. Sorry, when I start counting that, I'm kind of just talking to myself. But I feel like it's important. 11 and 9. We have the Empress. Definitely about giving birth to something, guys. Definitely about giving birth to something. And, I get this a lot about people writing books. And I know why, because I would love to write a book. So I know I draw that energy to me of those who have, and that may be so. I learned through you, so to speak. You know, I mean, there's things I learned through you and things you learned through me. Anyway, the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm getting an image of um, like a fairy tale book, but I don't know as a book. Like, oh, why can't I think of any fairy tales? Um, because it's kind of elaborate, is what I'm seeing. Like, it's elaborate. It's if it was a movie, it's a big budget. It's like a movie Walt Disney would produce, and I don't know. Someone's working on something like that. Whether it be a book, whether it be a movie, a play, a children's book, keep it up. Keep it up, and maybe like you're, like hitting a writer's block, right? And now it's being lifted, and it may have been that block again for you, may have been in the summertime. Um, and I just want to say also, I feel like for some of you, this is something you've already created, and you may be bringing it to the market. For whatever the reason, the time wasn't right. It just wasn't right. And that is being lifted. And it's, I feel like you hear something, but I also want to say, I feel like for some of you, it's an energetic shift. You're like, maybe I had some fear that kept stopping me from doing something, and for whatever reason, now that fear is lifted, and it may still be there, but it's a side note. And now optimism has become my gasoline, what I'm running on, right? And for someone, I also feel like this King of Pentacles is someone that you're partnering up with. Or you're inviting this person into your adventure, or they, and what I mean by that is this king could very well be like a director, and you're an actor and you tried out for a part. Again, it may be like a fairy tale type of thing, and this is the person who holds the decision. And I just saw this card down here, justice, so energy being balanced. But balanced in your favor, and there's that number 11. Number 11, so we really got to pay attention to this top line, which is 11. So this is about energy coming to you, whether that be in the form of an energetic twist or a twist, maybe a twist, I don't know. However it is for you, okay? And it is what it is, What do I mean by that? I mean, the time period of stagnation was for a reason, and it may be planetary, right? It may be waiting till certain things shifted. Mercury went direct, but, you're still in a shadow period. So, and really we're just being lifted from that, right? You guys know how little I know, but yet there's things that come to me that I just have to say because I know you'll understand, even if I don't. like we got to get the last card out. For some of you, you're finding out your divorce is finalized. Somebody signs the papers. It is finalized in a court of law, but it feels like it's finally finalized. And it kind of is the feeling of beginning again, even if you feel like, because I feel like for these who I'm talking to now, you kind of felt alone anyway. You kind of felt single anyway. Even if you were with this person, you just kind of felt like, I'm on this journey alone. You felt that way. I don't think you wanted to feel that way, because I feel like if that's you, it's the saying that this is going to feel different. Okay, this really is you beginning on your own again, completely. Energetically, almost like in the Akashic records, right? Because maybe you're removing that last name, but something energetically changes for you while something's going up in the sky with all these changes. Dang, I wish I knew more. Okay, well, that's happening. And I also feel, I feel more fertile, like be careful, or don't be careful if you want to have a baby. Maybe you have a hard time getting pregnant, and I feel like this is the energy where your chances become much more likely. I have the Five of Swords. Wow. So I feel like whatever this is, you did have to battle for it. Whatever these blessings are, we can say, and what it feels like a mixture of your energy, right, and the effort that you've been putting forth, but also universal energy. And almost like, getting to where you'll be going, you couldn't get around the battle part. Like, it was just part of the journey, the battling part. But it's showing that coming to an end, so even if I'm battling people on my own ideas, how I want things, even wanting people around me to start living from a higher energy and not really receiving that. So certain people seem to be fading away. If that's happening to you, there's a reason they're fading away, because they just may not be prepared to, vibrate on the same level as you. But that really is their choice, right? So it's like the universe just allowing even them to fade away, and your choice. You don't have to. But it's just showing me that sometimes we want people to act and be a certain way, but their energy level, the energy they're vibrating on doesn't really allow that, without them, just, what I'm saying. It's King of Pentacles for someone, maybe, who you divorced, who you're divorcing. King of Pentacles is someone from your past. I feel like we're moving into a different story. This King of Pentacles is from your past. And definitely someone you cared about. It's definitely someone that you both cared about each other. You know, this is someone, this King of Pentacles right now, male or female, this is someone who is sitting with a lot of regret. This is someone who doesn't change. But this is someone who's being definitely stubborn and, you know, unbendable. You know, I feel like he's just revealing layer by layer to me. But what he's showing is the knowing of that. You know, like knowing that, okay, he's sitting in regret because what keeps playing in his mind over and over again, over and over, is what he should have done versus what he did do. The way he should have been versus the way he was. This is someone who held back, didn't hold back their opinion, held back their emotions. There's a lot of regret. This person is sitting in a lot of regret over this. And as a matter of fact, this person, I feel, at this moment is right where they need to be, because this is something that they need clarity in, right? But listen, all I can tell you is, because I feel like you, who's watching, has feelings for this King of Pentacles. And I do feel like you want another opportunity with them. You know, and I do feel the split. But I also feel the love. Like I feel your love towards this person. And of course this could be flipped, right? I feel it like it's a deep love. It is a deep love. And this person has that deep love for you too. And I don't know what else to say, but right now, you know, they're learning how to purge. They feel like they're behind, you know, like, come on, the rest of us have been doing this for a year. But what's coming to mind is the stubbornness of this person. This person doesn't love these qualities about themselves anymore. You know, they used to. It was kind of like their pride and joy. Hey, Stevie Ray Vaughan. But, you know, this person is really seeing. And there is an underlying, well, here's where this feeling I've been feeling, because there's an underlying sadness in this person. And part of it is a regret. I don't know, it's like they know how much you love them. Okay, let's keep going. Otherwise, I'll get pulled into that energy and just want to cry. Just keep going. We can add to it, but let's keep moving. You know, and this number 11 is just like, boom, standing out to me. For some of you, this may be someone you call your twin flame. They may call you their twin flame. Or they're going through that realization of it, right? And again, what I heard as soon as the Five of Swords came out is, yeah, it was tough energy, but this is energy that needed to be gone through. Like there was no way around it. So there was purpose behind it, even though nobody likes it, right? We have the Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. Wow, did this king marry someone else? I feel like one of you married someone else, at least moved in with someone else. And I feel like it could have been both of you, but I feel like when it happened, it literally is a sword to the heart. I wonder if even some of you were married at the time and had someone cheat on you. And that is what caused the divorce. And perhaps that also caused you, you may have been fighting over a home. Six of Cups. Well, what I like here is whoever this King of Pentacles energy is for you. Again, it doesn't necessarily have to be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, or they may have a moon rising, that type of thing. And, I just feel like someone just asked the question, like, what should I be checking for them? Like their sun, their moon, their rising. And I feel like the answer is, honestly, I don't know. But I feel like the answer is whatever you check for yourself. So if you check your moon or rising for love, then that's what you check with them. Does it matter? No. I mean, when I think of a sun sign, I think about how I'm portraying myself to the world, and how I go about living in the world. And when I think of my moon sign, I think about the things that I keep to myself, those emotions that very few get to experience with me, not anymore. Since I started YouTube, though I have to tell you, you can have 100,000 subscribers, but I feel like I'm just sitting with a couple close friends. And it's amazing what I share sometimes that I think, oh my God, because I don't talk about myself. It takes a lot for me to talk. I'm a listener. I let other people talk, except on here. So it's good for me, though. Anyway. So anyway, back to the King of Pentacles. What it's showing me is, why is this person going through this awakening. It's an awakening process, right? Is it a full awakening? It's happening bit by bit. And right now, it's a major time because, and think back to when you've gone through this, especially if you're calling this person a twin flame. Well, then you've experienced this. And this is about the realizations of how I've showed myself, the sun, right? How I showed myself to people, especially to the ones I loved. Because I don't feel like it was just you. And I mean that like as if they have children. Just someone who could have shown a lot more emotion, and they're knowing that now, they're seeing that. And this is someone I feel like who keep their thoughts stuck in the fight versus, okay, what do I mean by this? I mean someone who, my thinking process is like, I'm always ready for a battle. I'm prepared. I'm prepared. Right? I'm prepared. But, you look at it, I look at it like, but there is no battle. You don't need to be prepared. You just need to love and live. But this is something within them. And that is part of the energy shift they're going through, is that realization and changing their mindset so they can start, because what they're going to be doing, if they haven't already, is much more beautiful, positive memories are going to be stimulated, triggered within them. And this is going to help them make a shift. And many of these memories are of you. But I do want to say, I feel like this person's eyes are just about opened to how important you are to them. And the battle is now within them. So, we can't help him here. We can't help her here. This is something that you just have to go through. It's like this person is being balanced. Let's keep going. Let's just keep going with these cards. We have the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We had Gemini energy earlier. This person's moving into the energy of, soon will be moving into the energy of longing. Longing. Boy, I don't know if they like this. Is maybe someone who's just, okay, I don't want to go too deep because I don't want to go way back. Okay, this person's energy, once they start to have that realization, then the next step, so we're getting like a little peek, is the energy of longing. Longing. And meant to be there, because that longing is kind of like, I'm getting the image of the peacock, and when the peacock wants to mate, what do? They spread their wings and reveal their true beauty, but they put it in the other peacock's face, right? Like they back up until they kind of like, they're not going to go away until you see it. So I don't know if it's mating season, or what I really feel like what it's talking about is the energy connection, almost like, how do I want to say this? Like the chemical release. Let's keep going. And some of you, you may be going through that awakening. That may be you going through that awakening. And if it is, and you recognize yourself, you know, how great is it to now have, to know that, okay, I needed to go through this. So now that I know that, I can move through this much quicker. Because I'm not going to resist this lesson. I'm going to take it in and I'm going to learn. Okay, we have the King of Swords down here, coming underneath this Queen of Cups. King of Swords is the King of Truth. Knowledge. History. I don't know, I feel like with this person, there's like a lot of history with this person. This person knows their history. This may be somebody's grandfather, because I feel like this is somebody kind of like the Emperor, where there's not the Emperor. But this feels like someone that, because I feel like this person may just sit on the front porch and I just casually go over and maybe have a glass of lemonade, and this person, especially if it's a grandfather, I feel like telling stories, like telling their stories, and interesting, like really interesting stories. Again, I just feel like I'm on the front porch of like in Louisiana, anywhere. And I feel like that front porch is representing trust to me. It could be an actual front porch, but I also feel like it's representing, because to me it brings, it's very comforting. Like I want to go to that porch and I want to sit with this man and just listen. It's a source of, he's just a source of wisdom. And I feel like, you know, I feel like maybe talking to someone in particular, again, like it feels like a grandfather, that type of energy, where if you're going through a hard time, call on them. If they're living, talk to them. And I feel like if you can, even go to their home, right? Like, if you can sit across from them, sit across from them. If this is someone who has passed on, just know that they're there actively. This isn't just someone watching over your life. They are, but this is someone who's got wise counsel for you. And it definitely feels like it's regarding love and the direction. I feel like someone else may be moving into, like moving back to your hometown, and you may be moving into your grandfather. I don't know why I'm just getting grandfather, but it could be grandma and grandpa's house. A relative, you buying a relative's house. Could be an aunt and uncle. But I feel like this is probably back in your hometown. Or could be in, if it's a different town, could be where you went to visit them, and it just holds special memories for you. I feel like that's definitely going to happen. If you're in that right now and wondering, will it actually go through? I feel like, yeah. And I like it a lot. Like, I'm really happy for you. You know, and I feel like, you know, location is important too, because different locations, we feel different ways. And I feel like whoever this is, and I guess it doesn't have to be grandma and grandpa's house, but definitely feels like back in your hometown. I feel your life is just going to be calm, but exciting. I feel very good about it. I was not going to do this many cards, but I just feel like the cards are telling us some stories, so we're going to go with it until until I'm knocked on the head. Okay, that's enough. We have the Page of Fire, Page of Wands. And we have the Queen of Wands. Wow, beautiful colors. Beautiful energy right there. Reminds me of like the Northern Lights. I don't know, maybe someone is going to Alaska or going to see the Northern Lights. Someone may have invited you to go and you weren't sure whether to do it. I feel like, yeah. I also feel like I feel like you getting invited to do something, and I do feel like it's by the opposite sex or whoever you're attracted to type energy, because I feel like it's a date, but it doesn't feel like a normal date. It feels like something really outside the box, but I feel like it's something that you've always wanted to do. It just feels magical. And again, I feel like this energy is something that's also coming to you perhaps like by a grandfather. Man, I'm feeling grandfather energy. I don't know if I've ever felt a grandfather in the King of Swords before, but I'm definitely feeling this is someone who's tied to your childhood home. And something through them, whether alive or not, they're helping you to experience something that feels magical to me. But yet, now listen, you may not even know this yet. Because you could be back behind judgment or justice here. And, it could be money also that comes to you in some way. Though again, it's got the family tied to it. That then allows you to take this adventure. So, nonetheless, I feel you're taking the adventure. Whether someone else is offering it to you or you somehow then get the finances to go with it. Let's keep going here. And I feel like I keep leaving a grandmother out of it, where I'm supposed to be saying grandma, grandpa. But you may have had a closer connection to the grandpa, or at least the grandpa thinks so. Again, can be aunt and uncle, could be mom and dad, but I kind of feel kind of above that. I don't know. We have the Eight of Cups. Wow. I'm saying wow because I feel like, with the Eight of Cups, it's the energy of moving towards your desires, right? You're moving towards the Nine of Cups, and that's self-fulfillment. I'm looking at the image here. It's bringing to mind like that movie Eat, Pray, Love, where, she goes through divorce. For some of you, this may be very similar because she goes through divorce. I believe she went through divorce and decided to pick up, and she traveled to 3 countries. India was a big part. But anyways, she found herself. She was searching for herself, and she found herself. We have the Ten of Wands. Wow. And we have the Magician. You know what it's showing me? It's like you putting out fires. One fire, and then another fire, and another fire shows up, and another fire shows up, and I'm just putting out fires. And I'm tired of putting out fires. But some of those fires needed to be put out. And you were the only person who could put them out. Because, you know, it's also showing me purpose behind it, right? So this part of the journey, which is really, you know, a lot of, you know, sometimes I feel like this energy, let me try to explain it this way. You know, when you're in your 30s and, you know, you're starting your family, you know, you may have a couple of kids by then, you're working full time, right? You got to pay for the bills and you got to get food on the table and everything that goes with that. And you take that energy and then you move forward 20 years and now the kids are out of the house. And, you know, it's just you and your spouse, you and your lover, whoever that is. It's a different type of energy. Why am I saying that? It doesn't make sense. I don't know why I said that, other than maybe it's about truly moving towards, you know, the life that you want. You know, like if I'm rebuilding a life, I have the Magician here. So there's a lot within the Magician. There's a lot that I want to bring forth, right? I always feel like there's fingerprints on this card, which to me is about almost like, again, opening the Akashic records and saying, okay, this is what I want now. And it is more towards self-fulfillment. But listen, it's showing me, even on this journey of self-fulfillment, that it's an abundant journey, right? So self-fulfillment, it's meaning career. And it's meaning anything and everything. Especially since I have the Eight of Pentacles that we opened up with, and the Eight of Cups down here. What I concentrate on during this time is what will manifest me abundance. What I concentrate on. So the universe is saying, it's about self-fulfillment for you. It doesn't mean there's not love and all that, right? It's all here. It's all intertwined. But this part of the journey is about self-fulfillment. Number one. Manifesting the life you want, right? And believing in that energy. And it just feels like it's going to come to you, right? The magical energy. Just magical energy, whether that be a magical trip. It's something where I feel like you may say the words, this is just magical. And for some of you, may be purchasing a home after a long time of, you know, trying to save the money. I just feel like a lot of effort has gone in. This it has been more about carrying other people's energy. But now universal shift is about carrying your own energy now. So there's others that I've helped well enough that I can now turn around and put that into me. Not about not loving anyone. I hope it makes sense. Let's do one more round. And I do feel some of you, maybe your kids are going off to college, because I feel like, you know, I used to work, cook, clean, work, cook, clean, work, cook, clean. And now I feel like your schedule's being is lighter because now you only have to cook if you want to cook. Right? Before you had to get food on the table. Now, maybe you just want to have a bag of popcorn. Maybe you just want to throw some shrimp in the sink and not have a carb. You know what I mean? Because I feel like now you're doing that, or you will be able to do that. And maybe that's the side you need to look at if you're feeling down about that, especially if you're, it's kind of like the empty nester. But they could also be talking about, you've gone through a divorce and how the energy, even if it's been heavy, your load is going to be lighter. And that energy is going to win out. So if you're feeling depressed about it, it's like that energy is going to kind of transform you. Excuse me. Harmony Lion, 2 cards. Okay. We got quite a few here. We have the 4 of Pentacles. We have the Emperor. Here's your card of Aries. We have the 6 of Wands. We have the Page of Pentacles. It was in reverse. And we have the Sun. Beautiful. Whenever the Sun shows up in your reading, it's beauty. It's just telling you, the sun will come out tomorrow. This is illumination over what holds me back, so then I can move again. This is illumination over sometimes my own actions, so I can be more carefree. You have the energy of victory on one corner, and then you have the sun on the next corner with the Magician. Wow. Okay, let me look at this. I want to say that I feel like with this Page of Earth in reverse, under your energy, I got the 4 and the 4. 4, 4, and a 1, which is a 9. So that's about a journey coming to an end, right? About to close, able to close. I close it if I want to close it with the Magician here. I open what I want to open with the Magician here. So it's almost like the Magician is showing as one door closing and another opening. He's playing both parts here. But I want to say, I feel like this is also about how do I say this? Like the energy of, I've been working on myself, right? I've been working, much like what the King of Pentacles is going through. Let's just go back to his energy and what he or she is going through right now. That part of the transformation. I feel like you're beyond that. But I also feel like your journey was not an easy one either. And I feel like there was some resistance to it. And sometimes I feel like a lot of us are pushed into it, which just means, something, that there's a tower moment. And that tower feels horrible for whatever it is, but it's starting to come in to see what the blessing is. What was the blessing attached to it? Sun. But what I feel like is that journey, although it's never truly over, but that initial journey of self-discovery, it's coming to an end. Like, you really are knowing who you are. You're standing in your own glory. Again, it doesn't mean everything is healed. After all, we're still healing when we pass. Just a natural process. Right? I play hard, and then I have to heal. I love hard, and then I have to heal. I run hard, then I have to heal. Like, it's the balance. Anyway, I feel like this is the part of a journey that is ending for you. And again, I feel that like restrictions being lifted, and it's almost like your power is being given back to you. I want to take one more row because I do want to put energy around this sun. Excuse me. We have the full. Look how pretty that is. So the full is a new beginning, right? It's a new beginning. But what on top of that is a new beginning that in a time period where, at least for the time being, it doesn't feel restrictive anymore. It feels more free, and you're definitely being set free from different things. Some of you, it's marriages. Some of you, it's jobs. Setting free, though, so you can explore, not so you can be stagnant. It's so you can explore. We have the Four of Cups, and we have the Ace, beautiful, of Wands, which is the card of exploring, right? It's exploring my creativity, my passion. It's just no longer shutting it out, right? And I just want to say the energy of overthinking. Have I been overthinking everything? It's like a new cup is being presented to you. And it feels the full. You got to reach out and take the Ace of Wands. So you take the Ace of Wands, and I'm agreeing to be in the Fool's energy. Does that make sense? It's like, by accepting this Ace, you agree to live by that energy. And it's like you're putting your energetic signature on it with an exclamation point. And that's what you're being guided towards. I know, am I ever going to end the reading? At the High Priestess. Speaking of Akashic Records, right? She is the veil between them. And I feel like with her popping out right now, especially as the number 2, it's about knowing that, where you're heading, this next part of the journey. And I feel like many people, maybe everyone, really closed out a cycle in 2018 and 2019, beginning a new cycle. I feel like for many of us, especially a lot of us who come to this channel, who's sharing this collective energy and information, I feel like that. Like major things, the hard times in our life, stopping now. and this carefree energy being available to us, right? But I'm reminded, I got to reach out and take it. I got to reach out and grab it. High Priest is reminding us that this is a time when we use our intuition and we can give our minds, our thoughts a break. But it's also about, if I'm having thoughts and I'm not sure, then the answer lies within your intuition. It's almost like the intuition is the peacekeeper between the heart and the mind. Even though your intuition really is from the heart. It's like after a long time of holding your breath, you finally come above water. And it is a time of really, what would suit you best, living in your authentic skin. And I feel like at this point when you shift it off and when you shift it on. This is about not shifting it off anymore. I have the Five of Pentacles. I have the Tower. And I have Transformation, the Death card. First of all, I want to go back to Grandpa's energy. And I'm sorry, I know it's not just Grandpa, but Grandpa's the strongest. This is definitely showing me the energy of, it's weird because I see a front porch in here and that front porch collapsing. And I feel like that's, to me, a symbol of Grandpa leaving this earth, right? I want to say, if you find yourself in a circumstance where something feels out of your control, like, like the rent on your house just goes up, or the person decides, what, we don't want to rent it anymore, we're going to sell it. So something feels like it's being taken out from underneath you, and somewhat quickly. I know it's hard to hear, but this is what I feel. I feel like, especially in locations, I feel like if you've moved or you're moving, and especially if it's something that feels somewhat out of your control, I want you to know that I feel like the universe is putting you in the right location, the right home, the right job, and what I'm feeling is it's like each person being picked up and put like in their air bubble so they can breathe again, right? Like, almost like going home again. And it's, I know that's a hard thing to just believe and trust, but I hope you can. And I just going to say one more thing, and I'm going to take a couple more cards because I don't want to end it this way, but I do want to say that I feel like a lot of us coming out of this time period where literally we can see our wounds and we're looking at them differently, right? Before we were just feeling them, and just because we kept feeling them, we kept bringing up the same kind of emotions. Moving beyond that and understanding. So I'm understanding the wounds, and that's what allows us to then move on. So I hate to say this because I've had people say this to me at certain times in my life where you just want to smack them. But I do feel here it is about everything happening for a reason. And yeah, it's for experience, right? It's for the soul to experience. But that doesn't make it easy. Just a little side note. I feel like just be careful who you give your money to. You know, and what I mean is, you know, if someone asks you for a loan, make sure they can pay it back. Or I just feel like this is for a short period, maybe up till May 16th. But I feel like if I'm going to loan money, then I need to think one or two things. I know for a fact they'll pay me back, or I'll be okay if I lose this money. Okay. Also, charities. Just double check. Double check that they are who they are. I also feel like, you know, if you're donating like large sums, then, not that I don't want you to donate them, because I do, but check them out. See how much goes to the actual cause and how much goes in people's pockets. Okay? And because you can find that information online. Because there may be different organizations that where, you know, I feel a large sum of the money goes directly to, and it may even be natural disasters. You may donate to a company or you know, like Red Cross, or I don't want to say any charities' names, who would then help all disasters. But I just feel like if you're donating a large sum, just double check, because I feel like there's an organization out there that is keeping very large sums of money, and very few going to, especially involved in a disaster, a natural disaster. I also want to say my prayers right now, because this tower is reminding me of the Notre Dame Cathedral, which is burning right now in Paris. My prayers are there. A beautiful piece of history. Okay. Anything else? Let's finish this reading on a positive note. Give us something positive to finish this reading on. We have the Eight of Swords. We have the Queen of Pentacles. And we have the Two of Cups. Wow. Okay, so, you know, I can't help but tie the King and the Queen of Pentacles together here. Again, it doesn't matter if they're Earth. You know, when the Earth shows up, what does it mean? It means this is someone who is ready to be stable, right? This is someone who is what's the word I want to say? Maybe he's not right there yet. Anyway. So weird how my mind just went to a different place. I feel like, first of all, I want to say, whether this is talking about anyone we've already talked about in this session, or if this is talking about love in your life, okay? This is talking about love in your life after the tower, after the death, after the transformation, after I set myself free, after I get out of my head and trust in my intuition. Don't keep saying it. Trust in my intuition. It's showing that love, whether reignited or new love, It's right there. Is it the blessing? Probably. Well, I want to find out. Whoa. And it's showing me the beginning. These little tadpoles. This could certainly be energy of someone you were with in a younger, right, at a younger age. But I also feel, I'm feeling both because I'm feeling this is new. It's a new feeling anyway. And it's just weird how the tadpoles are making me feel like, almost like a card of eternity. We just come back again, right? We just live a life, do our thing, and boop, we come back again. We come back. Oh, now we're in this world. We're in this life. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Definitely. Some of you, this is love of probably many past lives. Every past life, I don't know. I have the Four of Swords, which is really kind of backwards. And I'll tell you why I feel like it's backwards, because this is after a period of time. This is after a period of time of really starting to know what it is I want, right? How I want things to be. And part of that is me releasing control. So, yeah, there's certain things I want, but really what I want is just a higher type of love. That being lifted, prayers being heard, movement into it. And then here's the messenger of earth. Almost like bringing it to the concrete. One more time. And I'm staying on the love for a minute. Well, this is how we're going to end it. We're going to stay on the love. I want to know more about this Two of Cups. It's soul connection. Excuse me. Card went flying. Seven of Swords. So, this is a soul connection, and this feels different. This is energy that feels different than the norm. Definitely different than the norm. So, that can mean, as in this person is just really different than the rest of the people, or this love that's coming, and listen, I feel like even I got to keep in mind is on the Messenger of Pentacles, or Messenger of Earth, it's called. This may be energy, this person, for some of you, if this person doesn't exist, this may be someone that you meet while you're doing something creative, something, not just creative though, something where you're seeking, right? You're seeking to learn more about something, to become better at something, to begin something. So I feel like I am seeking the knowledge. Could be school, could also be work. But wherever I'm at, my mind is being expanded, but I'm doing that in purpose to expand my finances. Okay, so, and I'm getting that feeling of doing something outside the box. I feel like that's really the message here. Doing my own thing. Doing my own thing. and not apologizing for it anymore. And I feel like if this had the hangman energy earlier, it is being lifted. So there's something I wanted to do that's different, that makes me stand out from the crowd. Not that you're even doing it to stand out, but go with that. Okay, any energy is being lifted. I don't know. Somehow it's tied to this love. We have the Four of Wands and we have the Seven of Cups. It's funny because I feel like in a sea of opportunity, something is going to, or someone is going to stand out from the rest. There's something in this energy. And I do feel like for someone, it's like, wherever you go, there's something about this person that's going to make him stand out for you. And you may start getting this feeling of, I feel like, I do feel like it's trying to be social, because I feel like it's through those who don't have love or don't want someone from the past. I feel like this new love, because it feels like it's just part of your destiny. It's written into your destiny, whoever the person is. But there's something about them that's going to make them stand out from a crowd. You stand out from a crowd. And don't be afraid to date, okay? You may only go on 1 or 2 dates and bam, there that person is. But I feel like, look at what's available, especially if you're in the market for love. I feel like the time of praying for it is over, and it's now about us starting to find them, meet them, but pursue your activity, your dream, your creativity, and it just feels like this person, this love, being there at the right time, at the right place, at the right time. And the Four of Wands representing that. Well, the Four of Wands is, the beautiful connection card. It's the marriage card. So, also I feel like saying, give people a chance too. Like, maybe if you're someone who you have like, okay, they have to have this, and this. I feel like this is about opening up to other choices, give someone a chance. If they stand out from the crowd for you, even if you're not initially attracted to them, okay? Because that will change. That's all I'm going to say with that. I'm going to leave that be. So this is talking about the connection. Who? Well, it started with the Magician. So this is really your book. And kind of like your chance to fill in the blanks, right? And I think I'm going to leave it there. I feel like this went really long, and I really didn't want it to be, but it just kept pulling me in and pulling me in. Anyways, I think you got the messages. I also want to say, this connection that comes. Again, it is after the Tower. It is after what may have felt like destruction, right? The ending. It is after clear endings. Again, one door closing, a clear door opening back up. This door is about living through your authentic self, standing out from the crowd right now. And it doesn't mean that I'm going into a party and I need to be all showy. No, it just means I'm not going to, I don't know, I got the image of, maybe you're a Democrat and you walk into the Republican Party. You have two options there, right? I can fight all night. And that's not a good analogy, but maybe that's where you're going to meet someone. So, you never know. Maybe that's the name of the game. You never know where it's going to be. But if you're living within your authentic self and you're following your passions, it'll be the right time. And I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys so much. Whew. I kind of feel like the Empress, like all these things coming to me, and I just want to keep giving them to you. But sometimes I wish it would just stick more to one story. But hey, this is what wanted to come out, so I'm not going to argue. I love you guys so much. Have a great month. I do want to tell you that the energy I came into this reading with, I no longer have. And, again, I came in with a heaviness. That is gone. So that's good news because it shows me that it will be gone from you too. Hang in there. I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you for everything. I'll see you soon.